Human trafficking. The problem is so vast, the UN Office on Drugs and Crime has suggested that human trafficking is now set to outpace both the drugs and arms trade as the largest illicit industry in the world. We need a solution that's bigger than the problem. Law enforcement, government agencies, and non-governmental organizations by themselves are not big enough to solve this problem. What we need is a civilian army bigger than the army of buyers. The statistics of horrors create despair. Until you meet Gudrun Jónsdóttir from Iceland. Gudrun stepped onto the UN stage and yelled, "Enough! In Iceland, we just don't sit around whining about all these things. We get off the couch and do something." In Iceland, they fought for 10 years to pass the laws, which decriminalized the prostituted person, but criminalized the buyer and the seller. On the day the law passed, the Icelandic women gathered for a champagne toast, their favorite thing to do. Simultaneously on national television, the Icelandic police chief announced, "This is the stupidest law I've ever heard. I don't have the staff, the resources. Forget it." Over the champagne, the Icelandic women once again said, "Enough! We've tried to play by the rules. Now we're going to take matters into our own hands." Operation Big Sister was born. These sisters decided if sellers can buy anonymous phones and place ads in the paper and online, why can't we? So they placed decoy ads, and within an hour of placing their first ad, they received over 300 phone calls. They'd answer the phone, "Big Sister is watching you," or "Here's the address," and they'd send them to the police chief's house for services. They began to destabilize the sex trade in Iceland. When men called to buy sex, they didn't know whether they would get their mother, wife, sister, or girlfriend on the phone. The Big Sisters invited all the buyers to a press conference, telling them that it was about hot models from Eastern Europe. They all wore neon burqas to protect their anonymity and perpetuate their power, and with the media following them, they marched to the police chief's office and handed him a list of 144 names, phone numbers, and email addresses of buyers of sex. 1 week later, the Icelandic government assigned 25 million krona to create a special police task force for ending human trafficking in Iceland. Multiple buyers and their first traffickers of prostitution were arrested and prosecuted. In addition to their neon burqas, the Big Sisters developed another part of their clothing line, "I Am Responsible Underwear for Men," which the police chief proudly wears on the outside of his police uniform. Individuals that care when we come together change the world. We would like to offer you an Operation Big Sister champagne toast and an invitation to join our civilian army. Please visit OperationBigSister.com and go to our Take Action page to learn how you, with no personal risk and very little time, energy, and money, can contribute to the efforts to uplift the dignity of every human being and end what President Jimmy Carter calls the greatest human rights violation in the history of humankind. Thank you for being a big sister or big brother.